Hello, everyone. Sorry about that interruption. I have to start all over again. But I'm here. It's Tea Time with Tracy. Come on in. It's Tea Time with Tracy. Come on in. I'm back. I'm back. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. I'm not going to be long, but come on in. Come on in. Come on in. It's Tea Time with Tracy. It's Tea Time with Tracy. Tea Time with Tracy. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. It's Tea Time with Tracy. Tea Time with Tracy. Come on in, 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 yeah. Come on in, everybody. Come on in, come on in. I'm back. I'm back. Come on in. Yes, come on in, everyone. Come on in. I'm not going to be with you long. I just got word. Listen, y'all come on in. Come on in. I'm back. Come on in. Come on in. It's Tea Time with Tracy. Sorry about that. I got cut off. Well, I had to take care of this call. But anyway, come on in, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. It's Tea Time with Tracy. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. It's Tea Time with Tracy. Tea Time with Tracy. Come on in. Come on in. Hello, Renee. God bless you, Agnes. Yes, it's Tea Time with Tracy. Tea Time with Tracy. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Hey, I'm sorry I got cut off. Yeah, I got cut off, but for a very, very good reason. So anyway, come on in, y'all. I need to see y'all. Come on in. I need to see your beautiful faces. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Let me see your names pop up. Come on in. Everyone, come on in. It's Tea Time with Tracy. Tea Time with Tracy. Come on in. Come on in. All right. So let me just continue on the conversation. And I'm sure you all are going to be chiming in after I began the discussion. So the situation at hand, as you all know, I'm picking up from where I left off at. So I was talking to the young lady and I was telling her that about transparency and about relationships. Number one, like I always say, this is the second I'm repeating. Tea Time with Tracy's where a lot of times we hear the word spill of tea. People are speaking of it on a negative, but that's not the case here. We're just a place where we come together, where we encourage each other, inspire one another, and assist each other in our relationships and building our relationships and creating an unbreakable bond. That's where it all generated from. So I just wanted to talk to you all and let you know that, in our relationships, we have to be transparent. The enemy of our soul does not like to see unity. And he knows that there's strength in unity. And so what he does, he do anything that he can to destroy our unity. He caused all kind of chaos in our marriages, in our relationship with our children, our co-workers, any place where there's relationships at, even business partnerships. The enemy creeps in because he knows that that is a mechanism that he uses to destroy and to break up. Because, the Bible says we're two together. It is better than two than one. And so we have to understand that partnerships and friendships and, those things are very, very important, very key in this life. And we want to create our bonds where they're unbreakable. And so I was talking to the young lady, as I was saying earlier. She was saying to me that she noticed that a lot of times when I speak, she says she feels like I defend the daughters over the mothers. And that's not what I do here. That's not what this is all about. But what I do say is that we as parents, we came before our children. And so we are setting the tone. We are setting the steps on how to conduct and how our mistakes and our errors. We need to be transparent about them with our children. A lot of times our children make the mistakes and do the things that they do because we weren't transparent with them, or that we just allow them to, we don't acknowledge the error of our ways. And then we want to understand, like, for instance, hello, Rose, thank you for coming back. What happened is, I was telling a young lady, I says, a lot of times when we're raising our children, we do things, or we're still living our life. And so while we're living our life trying to raise our children, And a lot of times we do things that are not contrary to, we do things that are contrary to what a child needs in us raising them, because we sometimes are so self-occupied and what we want for our life and how we want to live our life and what we need for our life. And we got children that we're raising, we forget what their needs are. Not saying we don't literally, we figure I put food on the table. My son is on, oh my goodness. We feel like we put food on the table. We put clothes on their back, right? We do these things for our children. So we're figuring that that's enough. As long as we're doing the essentials and taking care of our children, then we're fine. But when it comes down to ourselves, we just want to live our life how we want to live our life, and not recognizing that the way we live affects our children. And so what happens is that when you are living your life and not recognizing that your children need you, there are certain things that they need from you that you're not giving them. And so when they come of age, then now you done lived your best life doing whatever you wanted to do for you and downplaying what their needs were while you're doing what you need to do for you. Then your children come of age. God bless you, Bishop. Your children come of age, and then you want to know why your children are not receiving you the way you think they ought to receive you, because you missed a very key, essential part of their life. God bless you, Bishop. You're missing, you know, and then you can't fault your children. Never fault your children for your children are entitled to their feelings, number one. Feelings come and go, but they're entitled. You cannot live any way you want to live, do anything you want to do in the eyes of your children, and then expect them to be different towards you when you get of age. Your children, you can't expect your children to be in a loving relationship with you when they're grown, when you wasn't in a loving relationship with them when they were little. Don't wait till your children get grown and then you want to pour into their life, and then you want to instruct and direct and correct. And they're like, where were you when I was little? When you was living your best life? Where were you during those times? So it's important. Like I said, the enemy of our soul do not like relationships. And so what he does, he will illuminate things, issues in our lives that we've done things in our past or whatever before our children. And then next thing you know, we don't have the bond that we want to have, or we don't have the relationship that we expect to have with our children, because the enemy of our soul does not like relationship. And the thing about it is, we as parents and children alike, we have to understand who it is that do not want to see this great bond, who does everything that he can. And mind you, not just with the relationship with our children, co-workers, ministry, jobs, relationships, spouses. And when it comes down to relationships, he knows that there's strength in unity. And any way that he can dissolve that, he's going to do that. And we need to understand that. So the thing is that we need to pay attention to our issues that we have when it comes down to. So, okay, somehow or another, I don't know what I just did, but we need to going back to what I was saying, is that our it's all about creating a bond, an unbreakable bond in every aspect of our relationships. Our partnerships are stronger. We can get more done when we create a bond, when we recognize that. Because even with that, when you're in partnership, even with business, and you're trying to be a success, or you're trying to, let's just say, doing something to serve the community, the enemy will creep in. He does not like to see unity. And so here at Tea Time with Tracy, this is the time where we come together to encourage each other, to assist each other. Hello, Naya, God bless you. Assist each other and aspire one another to look into our relationships and understand that it's about building, creating a bond that is unbreakable. Anything that is, anytime you have a bond, the enemy can't infiltrate. And so I want to go back to when I was talking about the mother-daughter thing, and remind you, anybody can comment here. This is where this is a no judgment zone. I'm speaking, but you're allowed to bring your comments in, and we can generate from there. That's what we do. Okay, so this, like I said, this is a tea time where we encourage each other, assist each other, and aspire. It's not just me speaking to you, but you speak back to me, and I pull from what you are saying, and we continue like that, because this is how we get our strength. This is how we build one another. So I was mainly speaking about how I was telling the young lady that I know you feel a way when, hi Naya, when you feel that she said that she doesn't like to be transparent. And I said, transparency is very, very important, because sometimes that can save our children from making mistakes that we've made. We've gone before them, and it's like we can lead them, but how are we going to lead them if we don't share with them? How are we going to, you have to lead them. You have to direct them. Hey, listen, even though, because you'd be like, oh my goodness, one of my administrator, Alicia's on. God bless you. God bless you. Now, you know how we do. I miss you, Alicia. God bless you, Carol. Thank you. All right. I'm glad to see you. One of the things I do here, yes, we be talking, but I like to acknowledge my people when they come on. Why? Because you do not have to take the time out to join in with me. And I think that's very important for me to acknowledge you, not to take away from the discussion, but you're important. And your presence here is important. And I'm glad to see you. Thank you for considering to share with me. Bless your life. So the thing is that I was saying that when we, with your children, is that I said that I was speaking earlier, so for you just coming on, I was saying earlier that it's a sad thing that we expect a certain type of relationship with our children when they get older that we didn't have when they were younger. You can't expect your children to pour their love into you. Oh, you're out and about, Alicia. You can't expect your children to show you all this love in their adult life when you didn't show them that love when they were young, when they were when they needed you the most. And the thing about it is like, and then it pains the parents, because it's like, I don't know why my child is this way, or why am I not having, because what were you when they were younger? What were you doing when they were in need of you? You was living your best life. And don't get me wrong. Trust me, it's okay to live, but don't forget your children along the way. Don't forget what their needs are. And I'm not just talking about keeping a roof over their head and food on their table and clothes on their back. I'm talking about that emotional support, that support that say that they know that no matter what, mommy's here, daddy's here. That no matter what, I can count on my mommy and my daddy to guide me in all truth. To know that my mommy and my daddy got me, that I'm first in their life. Not that the fact of my children that, well, I'm going to do me. You got to see the sacrifice. I mean, number one, our children didn't actually come here. God blessed us with our children. We have to acknowledge them as blessings and as gifts from God. That's one thing. God bless you with your child. I don't care how they got here and by way that they got here. That is a blessing to you from God. God said that you were equipped to bring forth that child, and that he had put something in you to give to that child. You can't neglect that. You can't negate away from that truth. That is the truth of the matter. He put that child in your bloodline for a reason. Out of so many things I did, I remember my daughter said to me, something, and I was like, wow, I never thought about it. When she started talking about Jesus, she said, Mommy, she said, when I think about my son, she says, I think of my little boy, and I think about how Mary was with Jesus. She said, we make Jesus like he was in the ear, like an imagination, but he was a real baby, flesh and blood, like my son is flesh and blood. And she said Mary had to potty train him. Mary had to teach him to walk. They had to do things with our Lord and Savior that I am doing with my son. She said, and I don't know, I'm not getting away from it, but I said, we have to, she says, he was a gift from God to mankind, and he used her. My son is a gift to mankind, and God used me to bring him forth. Oh! And I said, wait a minute. And you was a gift to me, a vessel. God used me as a vessel by way for you to get here to be a blessing to mankind. We have to see our children as a blessing to mankind. And we have to raise them to be a blessing in mankind. Oh, do anybody agree with me with that? And if we see our children like that, instead of just that, I gave birth, I had a child, me and this man love each other, we made this baby, oh, that's my kid, I got a son, I got a daughter, yeah. No. That child has a purpose. God used you to bring that child here. What are you doing? Do you recognize that you was carrying purpose? Do you recognize that God placed that child in you for his purpose? What are you contributing? What are you pouring into that child to show them? But you thinking, oh, they little, or not just that they're little, but you're thinking that that's just my child, that's just my son, that's just my daughter. No, they're here for mankind, for a purpose for God. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But she told me that thing, it lit me up. And I'm like, oh my God. Thank you, daughter, for looking at it like that. And you're so right. Mary was a vessel to be used to bless mankind by giving birth to Jesus. And all of us that gave birth to children, like I said, women, we are the gateway to the future. We have a big responsibility. The future is what it is because of what we have done. When it comes down to our children, yes, murderer. Somewhere along the line, some things, listen, let me tell you, people, we have to understand. I'm going to speak to the mothers right now. We are so major in this world. We are major. We carry we are so blessed. God thinks highly of us. When he called us mother, he thinks highly of us when he made us and created us to be able to pour into another life, that not only our fleshly body created flesh within flesh. Woo! Do you understand? We are flesh creating flesh in flesh to serve a purpose to mankind. I hope y'all don't think I'm all over the place. Somebody talk to me. But I just wanted to get to that. I'm like, wow, that is so deep. And a lot of times we take it lightly. And then those who are unable to bear forth children, you may not have birthed them out of your body, but your spirit and your personal can raise and bring up a child. What's in you, I don't know where I'm at with this, but it's just, you all have to understand. Like I said, it's just about the understanding the importance of who we are and what we are when it comes down to, I want y'all to talk to me. God bless you, Jeremiah. When it comes down to this, at least motherhood right now. But just, let me just go back to when I was talking about, God bless you, Sharice, about this bond business. Okay, you have to create a bond. You know, mothers, a lot of times we have that natural bond, but there's a bond that we need when it comes down to that relationship with our children. You know, remember, you can have your children young, but you don't, and even older, but still, the children are going to grow. They will not stay little. And what you put in them while they're young determines what you're going to get out of them when they're older. You can't expect something. You can never expect to get out what you never put in. You cannot, and it's sad to say, you know, it'd be like, why should my errors of my past keep playing a role in my life? Like, especially mothers who lived a certain way or fathers lived a certain way, and then their children constantly bringing that up before them. The thing is, what have you done to show the child that was my yesteryears? I like, it's like you say, I've done what I've done in my past. That's my past. But where are you going? What are you doing with your children now, in the future, where you are in your now? You see, let me sip of tea. I told her mother, I says, it's important that you let your children know that who I am today is not who I was then. And so the errors that I made then, I would not make now. And that although you cannot undo what you've done in the past, all you can do is make sure that while you're in your now, that you create the best relationship that you can have with your children from the now point. But you can never take away from what they experience. And a lot of times it's a sad thing. That's why I said, people, you have to be very careful in how you handle this thing that we call life. Because God, you know, you can have some really good relationships, and the enemy has come in and infiltrate, and before you realize it, it's destroyed. And it was intended to last. But because you were not mindful of the importance of the relationship, and that it is the enemy of our soul who don't like to see unity, that it dissolved. And sometimes, you know, you want to get things back, even when you come down with your children. You can have a bad relationship with your children. You can done something in your past, and your children do not want to deal with you because of it. And then you're in your now, and you're like, why my children? You feel like they should get over it by now. They should get over it by now. People don't always get over those types of experiences, and you can't fault people if they decide not to continue with you for the error of your way. You know. I don't know. I just, y'all know, this is how I do. I like to just talk it, and hopefully people will chime in and write some things down. But, you know, such is life. That, you know, we have to understand, for every action, there's a reaction, right? And everything is a cause and effect. And that what we do, it affects everything and everyone around us. And it's so sad that sometimes we get older it takes us to get older to realize it. And so my thing is that if you get older and you realize it, if you be transparent and pour into the young ones now, it will prevent them from waiting till they get old to recognize things, you know? Like tea time, like I said, tea time with Tracy. I've been doing this with my daughter and with my niece. they would call me, we'd shoot the breeze, and we'd talk about things, and we talk about life, and we're very open with each other, and everything is, I create a safe place for them, that there's nothing off limits. I discuss everything with them. I do that because I think it's so important for that, because when you're open, you know, like my bishop says something, I don't know if it was it yet. You have to be open. You have to, he said yesterday when he was preaching, he was talking about Daniel, right? And he said that Daniel saw the sins of the people in his country, that because of their sins, he made a point not to defile himself, because he knew what would happen what happens when you when they defile themselves. So just to say that my sins, what I've done wrong, should be an example to my daughter. Like, I'm not gonna do what Mama did. I saw the results. I seen what happened to her when she did that. I am not gonna do that. And that's why it's important that we be transparent with our children. That's why it's important that we talk to our children and we let our children know, and we share with them every aspect of our life, and let them know that, hey, listen, you have to let them know, children, this is not the way to go. You know, this is what, you know, this, you know, you have to choose you this day who you're going to serve. This is not the way to go. We have to instruct our children. We have to, and just our world in general. And like I said, go back to creating bonds. Alicia, you here now? Oh, you left me? So I'm going to get ready to go. But I'm going to start doing my tea time again. I'm a little off on my topic matter, the way I wanted to go with it today. But I wanted to get back on because I had said that I was going to come on and do my tea time. As y'all know, I was doing tea time with Tracy on Mondays at 8 p.m. But because of my schooling, I have not been able to get on here and do my tea time. I want you all to go to my, stay on my page or go into my videos. If you go on my videos on my page, you will see a lot of my other tea times that I've done with some really great topics. And I'm going to get back into the swing of things, and I'm going to begin to get back to where I need to be and let this thing grow as it was growing before. I appreciate all of you who have taken the time out to be with me at this time and just to hear me out a little bit. But normally, like I said, what I normally do, I'll speak, and then the audience will time in what they wanted to say, and then we'll take the conversation from there. But I'm glad that you took the time out to come with me and be with me today. I will see you all, will it be next Saturday? Because I'm going to do 2 Saturdays in a month. So more than likely, I may see you all next Saturday. And yeah, I'll see you next Saturday about, I believe I'm going to do it at 2 o'clock. I'll post it and let you know when I'll be back on. But I'm going to be back on with a bona fide topic and where we can all then discuss. And we're going to take it where it needs to go. But I'll tell you this, make sure you keep your relationship, build your relationships, build your, create a bond with your family, with your children, with your spouses, and in every aspect, and make it unbreakable, you know, and go forward, because that's what it's all about, building each other, building our relationships, building our bonds, and just standing steadfast and living this life and being there for one another. Because it's rough out here, but we need each other. We are better together, right? We are better together. So until next time, Tea Time with Tracy, I'm signing off. I may even come back again later on tonight, but I got some homework I got to get to. So until then, I see you all. Be blessed. Enjoy your weekend. Love you.